Hello, hello, hello. This is Miss Camille, and this is Salon Etiquette with Miss Camille. And tonight, I'm going to be talking about renewing your cosmetology license. Renewing your cosmetology license and how I did it, how many times I did it. Because I've had my license for 35 years. So with that being said, I have renewed my license over 35 years, a couple of times. I've had reciprocity where I've switched from state to state. I got my first license, cosmetology license, back in 1990. And I currently hold a cosmetology instructor's license in Arizona. And I like Arizona because I currently hold a cosmetology instructor certificate. So with that being said, you have to pay an extra fee. So the first question was how to renew your cosmetology instructor license. And the second question was what happens if you don't renew your cosmetology instructor's license. So to answer the first question, to renew your cosmetology license, say because I've done it after beauty school. I didn't usually when you're in beauty school, they sign you up initially right after school when you graduate. That's one of your curriculums, is your state board exam. Toward the end, they prepare you for your state board exam, and they also will register you and make sure you're registered to take the next exam. Like when I lived in Delaware, they only took the test 4 times a year. In some states like Arizona, you could take it every month. They don't wait, every 4 months to take it. But Delaware is a small state, so they take the cosmetology test less frequent. So what you would do is if something came up where you didn't pass get the test the first time out of school, or like me, I moved around, or actually in beauty school, I got pregnant. I ain't gonna lie, I got pregnant. I was 19. I got pregnant, got married, and I moved to New Jersey with my husband. So when I graduated from cosmetology school, I had a baby, was married. I was worried, taking care of that. So I had to wait for the next exam to come up, which things happen. It's not the end of the world. And I took the exam. No, signed up for the exam, had to wait because I had a baby, so I missed that one. So I had to wait for the next one to come up. But what was important is that I registered. Went ahead and registered. Then once you register, you pay the fees. Find out what the fees are. Once you pay, the state board will contact you and send you with everything you need to take the test. Sometimes they'll even tell you what some of the things you're going to be taking the test for. Say hairstyling, hair cutting. One big one is the one big thing I noticed when taking the state board test was the bacteria sanitation, knowing them guidelines, knowing your universal precautions, blood spill kit, those kind of things. And it'll tell you in your cosmetology instructor exam registration most of the time what you'll be taking the test on, so you know what to study, which that has been my experience. So the first thing to do is to contact your state board of cosmetology. Ask them what the fee is to take the test, when is the next test coming up, so you can pay the fees and be prepared to take the test. Now, only thing about that is if you pass, you don't take the test in time, you might have to pay a late fee or two, right? But that's it that I know of. All right, hello, Meg. I see Carlos here. I see Big Mama. Hey, Big Mama. Hey, Big Mama. Big Mama's house. Hey, all right. And I see Gay Phil. All right, welcome to my live. I'm not going to be able to call everybody out, but I see Jason. Okay, welcome. I hope all of you guys are cosmetology and barbers, because that's what my main conversation is to be about. How to get them cheers filled, booked. I want to hear y'all talking about I'm booked. I'm booked. Can I put what they tell you when you go to the restaurant? They got to put you on the waiting list. Yeah, we're going to get them cheers spinning. And my name is Ms. Camille. I have over 35 years of work experience in the cosmetology industry. As you can see, I'm retired out here in the mountains, out in the middle of Arizona, out in the middle of nowhere, enjoying the quiet life to a certain extent, because my mom, sometimes she comes along and she gets things rattled. But you know, next time I make a video, that's my trash can. I'm gonna move that trash can out of my video. I'm gonna do that. All right, hey Bump. Hey Bump, 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 bump. Catherine, Rhea, Edith. All right. I have over 35 years of cosmetology, and on my I'm a member of a couple of Facebook support groups for cosmetology. So every now and then they post questions and ask us old veterans, us OGs questions, and I like to share those questions with my TikTok, YouTube followers. All right. And today's question is, how do I renew my cosmetology license? And if I don't, what will happen? That was the question I posted yesterday. So the first answer is, make sure you contact your state board of cosmetology. You can do it nowadays online. You go to the Vital Statistics? I'm not sure. But the same place where nurses get their license, doctors get their license, lawyers get their license, electricians get their license, plumbers get their license, real estate people get their license, judges get their license. We all get our license from the same Commerce. I think it's called the Commerce or something like that. Department of Commerce or something. Everybody has to get license renewed. So the first thing you're going to do is contact them, let them know your situation, and then they will let you know what your next step is. So for instance, if you contact your board, they will let you know what the fees is and what you need to do. Okay? If you have a late fee, they'll let you know what your late fees are. And if you let the license expire, the third question was, if you let the license expire, then you just let your license expire. Because some people go off and to do other things and they don't want to do cosmetology anymore, which is understandable. But I'm not going to lie to y'all. I have had over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 licenses. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I'm about to look right here so y'all don't know that I'm lying. I got my first license in 1990. Cosmetology, Board of Cosmetology, 1990. Ooh. It said 1993, this one. By the time I took all them tests, I didn't get the license in 1993. The next license I got was in the state of New Jersey. Y'all know y'all going to, don't laugh at me. New Jersey, this is back in 1998. Ooh, that's one of my licenses from 1998 from New Jersey. Lord have mercy, I've been doing this thing a long time. Then I got a license in Tennessee back in 2005. Cosmetology Tennessee. Ooh, I've been doing this a long time, y'all. Don't judge me. Then, depending on where I was working at, sometimes they would have me as a district leader or something, and I would have to cross the state line. And in this case, I had a license for Mississippi. Then I had a Maryland license. Don't judge me. Why? The quick weave was quick weaving. The quick weave was quick weaving. I'm a quick weave queen. As you can see, I don't wear quick weaves too much no more. I'm all quick weaved out. I will quick weave everything. Everything moving, I will quick weave it. Anything moving, I will quick weave it. I'm a quick weave queen. Anything moving, I will keep a bundle. You hear me? I will quick everything. I can quick weave. Don't judge me. I can quick weave anything and anyone. Now, my latest license is my Arizona license. Make sure it don't have my address on it. It don't. My Arizona license. I told y'all I will quick weave anything. Look at me. Quick weave my shoestrings if I had to. My latest license is my Arizona license. All right. So I've been licensed. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm not lying. I've been licensed a long time. And it took a couple of tests over and over. So if you don't pass the test the first time, just pay the fees and take them again. And the one thing I'll say about failing the test, because my first cosmetology test back in 1992 is when I graduated. I graduated in 1990, but about time I, like I said, had my baby, took all the tests and everything, got my license, I failed cosmetology. I failed the canocular curl. So back then they want you to click these irons. Click, 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 click. Hi. Click, click these irons. And I failed. So what I do, instead of getting discouraged, I was upset. But after I took the first test, I didn't pass canocular curling. That's what it was called. Because back then we was using we didn't use Marcel's and all that in beauty school. We just had the plug up electrical curling iron. I think they still around, but now they more fancy. Now they got flat irons and all that kind of stuff. They don't just have them old. Matter of fact, I should show y'all because I still have my Marcel curling iron. It's this old iron, and you would put it in the stove. And back then they want you to do what they call a figure 8 with it. And I didn't really do all that, but back when I was in beauty school, they wanted you to know how to do that. But now we got a flat iron, we don't have to do all of that. We still do spiral curls and all that kind of stuff, but shoot, now you can do the spiral curl. They got a spiral curl iron. They got flat. Shoot, me, I know how to do the spiral curls with the flat iron. I'm pretty sure some of you can. But child, I've been licensed in every state. So if you don't pass your cosmetology license the first time, don't give up. Pay the $50, pay the $100. And the good thing about failing the test the first time is you know what's on the test. So you kind of know, all right, you know what to study, you know what to practice, you know what some of the questions they're going to be asking you. So you're not like dumbfounded, not knowing. But at least if you take the test, yeah, you're going to have to pay another fee to take another test. Yes, you're going to have to register to take it again. But at least you know what to expect. That's the good side of if you fail the test the first time, you know what's on the test. Just like a driving test. Shoot, New Jersey, I must have took the driving test like 5-6 times. But then I got to the point, I know what they're going to ask. So it was kind of easy for me to, pass the test, right? Because I done took the test 2 or 3 times. So Don't get discouraged if you don't pass your test the first time. That just gives you ammunition to go in there, study, go home and study, and get prepared for the next test. Now, mind you, I tell you, I have had cosmetology license in 6 different states. So that's how I know that you got to contact the Board of Cosmetology each time and ask them what you need to take the test. Now, the only state that was funky, that would get on my nerves, would be Delaware. And even to this day, Delaware, to renew my license is $250. And that's only because I now hold a master cosmetology license, because I have an instructor's license. But once you take a couple of courses or whatever, you get a master's of cosmetology license. Thank you for joining, Christy, myself, Bonnie, Bianca, Beats by Maya, Bambi. Hello. All right, Carol Wire. I see Nee Cooks. I see Blue Whale. I see Monetized Mommy. All right, I see Fresh. I see Soul, and all right. I see Albert. All right, welcome to my live. Now, the only thing about this live, I'm recording it on my iPhone. I got my iPhone here, and I got my Android going, because my Android has the TikTok on it, and the my Apple phone, I'm recording for my YouTube channel, because I have not figured out how to, after the live on this TikTok, I haven't figured out how to save it so I can put it onto my YouTube channel. But yeah, so today is Magnificent Monday, and this is Salon Etiquette with Miss Camille, and I am your cosmetology coach, and I'm spilling the cosmetology. But tonight I'm drinking some water. I got my little Starbucks cup here that is my old face before. I got a couple of them, but for some reason I always run back to this one. It's all discolored. But it's got the little Starbucks emblem on it. My old faithful. You know how some things you just like, you just be holding on to it. But yeah, cosmetology. So after this, if you want to ask some questions, or if you want to just listen to me chat about my 35 years in the business. All right, but I thank you all for joining. And the reason why I'm so wanting to get in these cosmetology streets and spill the cosmetology, because when I was coming along on a Saturday, we'd be booked all day. We'd be in the salon till 5 and 6, 7 o'clock at night. I remember one New Year's Eve, I was in the shop at 12 midnight, still getting customers out. That was the year I was pregnant with my son. My son 28 years old now. But now I go riding past on Saturday, the beauty salons is closed by 12 o'clock in the afternoon, or some of them is not open at all. So I don't know, I don't see a lot of salons open. Like when I was coming along, we would be in there doing hair all day. Now I see barbershops packed. People lined up waiting to get the hair cut. I see the barbershops packed. Them barbers, shout out to them barbers. Y'all got it going on. Y'all holding it down. Y'all men and women barbers. Y'all holding it down for the cosmetology industry. You just see sprinkles and sprinkles and sprinkles of hairstylists. Now a lot of people are venturing off, getting what they call those salon suites, but you don't see a lot of beauty salons open anymore. I still see a lot of barbershops. The barbers are holding it down. But far as beauty salons is concerned, I don't see a lot of beauty salons open like I used to. Like when I was coming along. Like I said, we be in there all day, all night doing hair. The Saturdays was, at that point, one of the busiest days. But to be honest, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday was always busy for me. So thank you for liking my live. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Tori. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Like I said, I'm new to these TikTok streets, and I'm just here spilling the cosmetology tea. Hey, Miss Michelle. Hey, Michelle. But yeah, 35 years in the business. Like I said, to answer the question about renewing your cosmetology instructor license, contact the State Board of Cosmetology and ask them. Now everything's done online. Back then, we had to call the number, and wait for the people to call and answer, then wait for them to mail you the paper. Now you can just go online with your credit card, sign up, and now I keep seeing it says somebody inviting me to be a guest host, or they want to be a guest host. I'm going to have to do more research, join live as a guest. I have to check that out. But because I'm making my YouTube video also. So right now, spilling the cosmetology, and we're talking about tonight renewing your cosmetology license. And like I said, if you don't pass the first time, don't worry about it. Take that test over. Shoot, if you have to, take it over 2 or 3 times. Don't get discouraged. And matter of fact, the more you take it, the more you learn. The more you learn. Now, only bad thing about taking the test over and over is those fees. They will get you, especially Delaware. Delaware will get you. They will get you with those fees. But once you get over paying those fees, take the test as much as you need to take it and get it over with. Right? Right. Now, the last question was, what happens if I don't renew my license? Well, of course, that means it's going to expire, and you will not necessarily be licensed to practice cosmetology or barbering in the state that you're in. Now, over the years, sometimes, depending on if you forgot to pay the fees and you get to work, and you got to work without it being up to date, till you can get your money to do it. We've done that too. Who hasn't? We've done it. Until you can get in there and pay the fees a month or whatever. Sometimes you do that now. But the only thing about them back in those days, the cosmetology, if the board, which I haven't seen the board over 30 years, where I've known them to come in the salon and check and verify that you don't have a license, do have a license. Only time I've ever heard people having problems with the cosmetology board is if somebody called on them. Like, say, if you have somebody you wouldn't, just out of spite, people do spiteful things and they call the state board on you. But other than that, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, the state board don't usually bother you. But leave your comments. Maybe you had some bad experiences with the State Board of Cosmetology. Maybe you had some good experiences. But as far as I'm concerned, I never had any bad experiences with the Cosmetology Board coming in. Maybe 1 or 2 times when I might have had my salon, they came in. But that was the good thing about, like I said, other salons on the street. And me, like I said, I always built a network of fellow cosmetologists and barbers. And whatever street I was on, say it might have been another beauty salon or another barbershop, they would call you. Hey, girl, State Board is in town. Make sure you State Board is in town. Make sure you got your stuff on lock. And if you didn't, you closed down for that day. And went home and closed the door, locked the door, and came back the next day when they wasn't there in town. Because they was usually in town for the day. You know what I mean? Might send you a letter. Hey, we stopped by, you wasn't there. Your license wasn't good or whatever. But, like I said, 9 times out of 10, most people we keep our license up. We know to do that. You keep your license up. You know, you keep it renewed. Lo and behold, you just like your driver's license. Have you ever drove your car and they stop you? Oh, your registration needs to be renewed. It's the same thing. They're going to tell you, hey, look, you got 30 days to get your registration and whatever up to date, and we're going to give you a fine or whatever like that. But who wants that? You don't want that. So if you don't want all those fines and fees, best thing to do is to just keep up on your cosmetology license. Which, like I said, I got my Arizona license, so I ain't going to talk because it looked like it needs to be renewed. ASP, my Arizona license. Yeah, that's me. I'm the quick weave queen. That's how I made all my money with them quick weaves. What? Weave, quick weave, sewing. That's why I said I didn't have to learn a whole bunch of other stuff. Because once you find out what you like to do, you don't need to be trying to learn a whole bunch of stuff. Once you figure out what makes you money, you ain't got to worry about nobody